It is the worst when you go on a run with your watch and it's got like a low battery and it just dies. Yo, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another YouTube video. For any of you guys that are new here, my name is Levi. Now today we just got done with another run for the marathon prep. Marathon prep's going pretty good, man. Just like we're getting after it. Today was an easy 5 miler, so that's probably why I have a lot more energy than normal, because after like a big 10 mile run, I'm usually freaking exhausted. But in today's video, I'm gonna be going over with you guys how to recover as a hybrid athlete. This is actually a question I've gotten asked a lot, even when I wasn't doing hybrid athlete stuff, just about recovery in general. It seems like a lot of people are injuring themselves that watch my channel, so yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna be going over today. All right, first things first with recovery, especially for my hybrid athletes out there. After your endurance training, please follow some sort of stretching routine and cool down. The reason being is because we're gonna be accompanied by the person I just went with a cool down with, and that is Bean. If you guys haven't met Bean, here she is. Anyway, the reason that a stretching routine is super important after your endurance training is because if you think about it, in any sort of training, your muscles get super tight because you're using them. No crap, right? And so if you use them and then afterward you don't stretch them out, they're just gonna stay like this. And so the next time you go to perform an exercise, you're just putting yourself at risk for injury because your muscles are so tight and bunched up still. And maybe you don't get injured, but still gonna be really painful. So stretching also helps to alleviate DOMS, which is delayed onset muscle soreness. I got it right that time. Feel cool for that. Not gonna lie, every time I get one of those right, I just feel super badass because I tend to forget crap like that all the time. So by doing a cool down too, you're just alleviating a lot of the lactic acid that's still built up within your muscles. And also cooling down just helps to regulate your body temperature a lot better and bring it down in a more stable, a more stable way, I should say. Like this Sunday, I ran 18 miles. I just didn't follow a proper procedure after my 18-mile run, and it's because I got lazy. And I think that's a lot of people's problems, especially after the runs and stuff, when they don't follow a stretching routine or anything. It's because they're just like, oh man, that was a lot of work, I'm done. Like, I just want to sit down and do nothing. It's like, nah, dude, if you're gonna be an athlete, you gotta follow the whole procedure. So I felt guilty of that on Sunday. And so afterward, I didn't do a cool down or anything, and I literally was shivering.
I'm so cold that I'm shivering.
At the dinner table because my body temperature dropped so rapidly with no cool down, and I felt like shit the rest of the day. This is the worst part. So today is Friday, and I usually do this on Wednesday. I'm gonna talk about that in just a second, why it's a specific day. Now, two of the recovery methods, especially for hybrid athlete training, because you're literally just beating your body and is that you need to implement heat recovery. You need to implement both cold exposure and heat exposure for recovery methods. Now, the difference between the two is that with cold exposure, essentially you're trying to prevent any inflammation or swelling or basically any like potential injury from, training. I do it a lot more so after my endurance training rather than my weightlifting, even though you probably should do it for both. Like I said, cold exposure really just helps with inflammation. It essentially stops blood flow from going to that area where blood flow would go if there was inflammation. So also helps a little bit with soreness as well. As for heat exposure is way more beneficial if it's like after your, weightlifting workout. It helps to just repair muscle fibers, and that's essentially it. I do both cold exposure and heat exposure on the same day, just because I have a certain specific day that I focus on recovery, which is gonna be the next thing I'm gonna talk about. If you guys are wondering how long I typically sit in this ice bath that I have going on, I usually do it for about 5 minutes. We're at 2 minutes and 26 seconds right now, so I got a little ways to go. Also, by the way, when you do these ice baths, your feet get freezing because just all the ice just goes to your feet. Not that your junk and everything else doesn't get cold, but it just pretty much just goes to your feet. I totally forgot to tell you guys, but I think you guys kind of put 2 and 2 together what I meant by like heat exposure, the sauna. I mean, I don't think like the sun counts. I mean, I guess you could use the sun maybe if you could find like a small confined area where no heat could like seep through and you could just let the sun heat it up. But I feel like I'm just like stretching for like just some sort of way to use the sun, even though I just think it's actually impossible. I use the sauna. I don't know if a steam room has the same benefits. And I also want to mention that both heat exposure and cold exposure actually help with your immune system. The reason I'm mentioning this is because I freaking hate being sick as much as probably you guys do. I actually probably hate it more than you guys do. I'm just saying, like, I absolutely hate being sick. Oh my gosh, you are fat. Yes, you. Oh my gosh, like, man, dude, you're just fat, Bean. But you're adorable. Can't lie, guys. Some days I'm having a bad day and I come home, I see this little creature right here. Just big bulgy eyes, the big soft fur.
Okay.
You guys probably think I'm weird. Bean's awesome. Look at that face. Look at that face. Aside from Bean being great and all, because we have to get back on with the video, I mentioned to you guys in there that it was currently Friday, and I typically do that on Wednesday. Now, the reason that I do that on Wednesday is because Wednesday is my off day. Now, you guys don't have to do it on your off day. I choose to do it on my off day because I don't know about you guys, but I got life. I got stuff going on. I got school. I got my own business that I run. I'm pretty busy. So I have to have at least one day during the week that I focus and emphasize on recovery. Now, I think this is essential, especially for athletes. Again, why? Because your body is taking a beating and it needs the time back to recover. Like, if you think about it, you're training so much, so many hours, so much time. Your body also needs to recover. Like, it needs time back to recover as well. You can't just train, and then go, yeah, my body's gonna be perfectly fine and not spend any time on recovery. No, your body needs that recovery time, trust me. So choose a day during the week where you really emphasize on recovery. I even spend more time stretching on days like those, just because, like I said, I need to catch up on that time. It's kind of like when you're tired and you haven't gotten enough sleep. Your body needs to catch up on that sleep as well. I mean, why do you think Bean sleeps so much? She's always doing so much work. She just can't catch a break, so she just sleeps all the time. Fun fact, if you actually drink some protein, or you don't have to drink it, obviously, like I don't expect you to grind up some chicken, put in some water into a blender and drink it, but if you have some protein before you go to bed, it actually helps you to wake up with lower cortisol levels, which is the stress hormone. So if you have a problem like getting up in the morning and you like, well, not necessarily a problem, but you feel a lot more agitated when you wake up, adding a little bit of protein to your nightly routine might help you a little bit, but it also might give you some pretty vivid dreams, because if you eat before you go to bed, you can have some pretty crazy dreams, but totally up to you. Code Levi if you guys want to save 10% off on some protein powder that you might have to use now before you go to bed. Not have to use, but if you choose to use it. Just wanted to throw that in there, and I also wanted to show you guys this really quick. So I got this bag in today from Amazon. I'm talking like a robot today, but anyway, I got this bag in from Nathan today from Amazon. Pretty dope. It was a really cool running bag. Thought I'd show you guys just in case you guys maybe you're thinking about picking up a bag. Super well trusted brand. They also make like this hand bottle thing I want to get eventually, but super cool. I don't know why I didn't connect this yet, but got like a 5-liter pack on the inside that fills with water. Overall, really cool bag. I like it. It's gonna last me a long time. I'll put the link down in the description for you guys to check out on Amazon. Also, although I, am making a more so informative video for you guys, I do want to update you guys on like how everything has been going for the marathon prep. I have like so much I want to get off my chest about preparing for a marathon prep versus bodybuilding prep. However, things are a little different, I will say, just like with going to school, but the update I want to give you guys is essentially like, man, dude, it's more mentally challenging for me than bodybuilding was, but again, that's a whole different video. I'm probably gonna have to make a video on which one's harder, but
aside from everything, it's just been, man, it's just been a hassle, not a hassle, but a struggle just to like get in the zone. Man, I made myself laugh, but no, seriously, it's just been so hard to get into the zone. You know, 4 o'clock comes around in the evening, you know, I'm working on like editing and whatnot, and that time just hits and I just sit there and I just go, it's time to lace up. I'm not excited for it. It's like I have to just follow 110% discipline and just do it, you know, and it's just been, man, just like tough. I don't even know the words. Like, you guys can hear me. I'm just trying to come up with words. It's just been one of those things that just hasn't really been that enjoyable. I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of those things where afterward, I'm going to be like, dude, thank goodness I did that. But right now, dude, I'm just like, damn, bro. This shit is tough. You know, if you're trying to do a marathon, do it on like a reasonable time. Like, I think one of my biggest regrets right now is doing it while I was in school. Just because it's just... there's so much going on, dude. There's so much going on. Nothing that I can't handle, and it'll be much easier when I don't have school going on, because I do want to prepare for one again. So yeah, I thought I'd update you guys on with that, man. It's been a wild ride. It's been a wild ride. Rory's doing this marathon with me too. He's been prepping for it, so it's been interesting. It's been interesting. Definitely an experience I never thought I'd experience, to be honest. Pretty cool painting, huh? Yeah, my buddy Jordan just got it for me for my birthday. Well, no, it wasn't for my birthday. It was actually for Christmas. But like, I had procrastinated so long to go get it. Like, I told him probably like 3 or 4 times I was gonna come pick it up and just didn't. And then eventually he brought it over to me. So yeah, 40-pound king salmon right there out of Alaska. Don't mean to brag or anything. It was the biggest fish they caught in that boat. Just gotta put that out there. We're about to do what Bean is exactly doing right now, which is sleep. And that's going to be the last and final thing that I tell you guys. So what I've realized, especially from doing this marathon prep in particular, is that sleep is so important to your training and everything. And look, I already knew that prior. Like, I've been telling you guys probably from like the first time I ever gave some sort of informational video on my YouTube to get your sleep in. But I have sometimes been lacking on that, but now I've been so serious about it ever since I've been doing a hybrid style of training, because the next day, if I don't get my sleep in, and let's just say like I have a serious run for the next day, it is going to be that much harder for me, and it's just going to be that much harder for me to function throughout the day, even because like maybe for example the day prior I ran 10 miles, right, which is a good amount of miles, and then the next day I wake up and maybe I didn't go to bed on time and I only got like 6.5 hours of sleep. I literally trudge through my day just waiting for it to end again so I can go back to sleep. Like, I've had probably like 3 or 4 of those days so far in my marathon prep, and they're terrible. Like, I don't even know how to describe them to you. Like, they're terrible. Like, I'm someone who, even if I'm not training this hard like I am currently right now, if I don't get 7+ hours of sleep, I'm just a mess. Like, I can't talk right. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen that on my videos. I mean, I can't talk right in general, but it's just, it affects so much, and it is so vital. Your body uses sleep as a way to recover your mental energy, your physical energy, everything. Like, yeah, sure, I might get some deep sleep, but my body needs more deep sleep if I'm going to continue to train like a hybrid athlete. Just know, like, you got to get your sleep in check. I'm for real about this, man. Like, I'm a big jokester, or I'm not a big jokester, but like, I can be like not too serious, but if there's one thing I'm super serious about, it's sleep. Like, sleep is it's my main thing, and every girl that I've been with has known that sleep is like, it's high up on my priority list, man. It's high up there. That is gonna do it for this video, and we are 29 days out from the time of this recording till the marathon day, which I am super excited for. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm just like kind of ready for this prep to be over with. I think it's just been like the stress of school and everything, and just KillBuillt and just everything. I think I've just kind of bit a little more than I could chew for this, maybe a little bit, but hey, we did it. So maybe it's not too much for me that I can't chew, but I just know, like, longevity wise, yeah, it would be too much for me. But that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys liked this video. If you guys did, be sure to give it a like. If any of you guys are new here, do not forget to press that subscribe button, because you guys know I will be back. And as always, that I try to do to, like, the sky is the limit, and I'll see you guys in the next one.